topics and a sticky posting schedule, not just any posting schedule. Yeah, where does that mean? Well, let's start with topics. Where do you find topics? There are some really excellent places. The first place, of course, is YouTube. You want to start with YouTube search. You just want to put in whatever your specific niche is, and then look at what the drop down is. Look at what comes up there. See if any of these things relate to what you want to talk about, and then click them and then start your deep dive into those. So you start with YouTube search. Next, you want to go to your competitors' videos. And the way that you find them is by clicking on one of those YouTube search topics, and then everything that comes up will be videos related to that specific topic. So if you look at the titles, if you look at the views, if you look at the thumbnails, and then you think, this is something I want to explore some more, you can click on that. And you can learn from your competitors' titles. And that is how you can find really good topics for your own videos, is by looking at your competitors' titles. The next thing you can do is you can go to that specific video and look at the comments. What are people saying? What are they asking? What are they remarking about? What did they like about the video? What do they hate about the video? What are they saying to each other? Because that's another thing. You want to look at comments and you want to see who is commenting back. Like this one got 25 replies on it. So what are people saying to each other? And then these are topics that if this person isn't talking about, you could talk about. So that's another way.
Gossip is good.
Gossip
is good. That's right.
Gossip. You know, and that's such a great way to look at it.
I know, I never thought of it that way either.
Right?
Like gossip, like what's her name? The gossip column lady. I can't remember her name.
And Gossip Girls, and anything that has to do with gossip. People love gossip.
I'm sure there's a channel called Gossip Girls. But
Probably, yeah. But when we're talking about topics, what people are talking about to each other really is what makes relatable topics.
Yeah, because they're talking, a lot of time, well, if they're on your channel, they're talking about you. So you really want to get that input.
Yes, but this is to figure out what kind of topics you should include in your videos.
Right.
So this is sort of, how do you figure all this out? Another thing you can do on YouTube is go to trends. And if you go to your homepage, or if you go to YouTube's homepage, what you will see is something called Explore on the left side of your dashboard. Click Explore, and then you can explore literally what is trending, but you can also explore what's trending in music, movies, live, gaming, news, sports, learning, fashion, and beauty. So any one of these topics are places for you to dive into and learn much more in depth. What kind of topics are people choosing? Why are they choosing that? How many views are they getting? What are people responding to that? The other way to do that is just go to YouTube's own homepage. What is showing up on YouTube's homepage? Because this is what YouTube itself is pushing out to viewers. And you want to know, what are the topics that people are getting pushed out to them, and then why are they watching that? Look at this, 19 million views within a year, 695,000 views in 8 days. So all of these things, I know, wow. So all of these things are a great place for you to start at. Next, of course, would be YouTube's parent, Google. So you go to Google and you type into Google's search box, again, your niche, your topics that you would be interested in, and look at the drop down. What shows up? Are any of those good for you to create topics about, or are any of those perfect for you to explore more? The next thing you want to do is on that same exact page, go to the box that says people also ask. Because now these are topics, these are specifically things that people are asking. Why is it called comedy if this is what you're searching for? Who is the most famous comedy?
Who's the most famous comedy?
Actually search for
comedian. Who's the most famous comedian? Comedian.
Are you comedy me meaning? Do people not know? Do people not know how to type or
You got
something?
me meaning or what?
I don't know. Okay, and then on that same page, this is the first page on Google, there will be what's called related searches. And this is another fantastic place for you to look at topics, because under comedy, comedy drama, comedy movies, jokes, stand-up, TV shows, 4 types of comedy, what is modern comedy? So all of this is valuable to you as a person trying to figure out what are the right topics that my viewers will be interested in watching. And I'm going to go over to us for 1 second.
Okay.
In previous videos talking about revamping your YouTube channel, one of the things that we talked about in depth was your audience. One of the most important things is, what would your audience be interested in? Which topics would your audience be interested in? I recently, because of Black Friday, purchased every single replay since 2014 of VidSummit. And I have been going through each one of those speakers' videos systematically, and starting with 2021, because that's where we're at right now. And I'm curious to know, what are these people saying that you should be doing? Because this is what we're talking about, how to revamp your YouTube channel for 2022 and how to get the fastest growth in views, subscribers, and everything else for your business. So topics are huge. What are the topics of your videos? What are your titles? What are your thumbnails? But what are you talking to your audience about? And every one of them says you got to know your audience.
I was going to say, how do you know what they want to watch?
Yeah, because you have to know your audience, which means you have to create that crazy avatar, that person that you speak to. The one, really, they all say it should be one person that you're speaking to. I find that really hard to do, but every one of them says choose like your ideal viewer.
Right.
And break them down. Where do they go shopping? What do they like to eat? What does their day look like? Do they drink coffee? Do they drink tea? Because do they have pets? If they have a pet, do they have a dog? Do they have a cat? This helps you know what your topic should be about.
Yeah.
Because if you know, if you're doing comedy like Salah's, Green Screen Comedy Channel, if you know that your ideal viewer loves dogs, then you know that if you do content about dogs, chances are your viewer's going to want to watch. If you know that your ideal viewer actually has pit bulls, okay, this tells you a lot about them.
What?
Pit bulls.
Pit
bulls.
Pixels. Pit bulls.
Pit bulls. So this is a way for you to really start to understand who your audience is so much better.
Pit bulls that enjoy comedy.
Right. So what kind of comedy would you do about that? I mean, there's a lot of comedy you can do about pit bulls.
A lot of comedy towards pit bulls.
Right? Quite a lot. So if you know who your actual targeted audience is, you can start to channel your topics much more directly. And that's what we want. We want directed topics.
I'm going to change my channel name to Pitbull Comedy.
Yeah. I like Green Screen Comedy.
Yeah,
okay.
Pitbull.
What is next? Google videos. Again, same first page on Google, first page on search. Google itself is going to always show you videos that are related to your search, if there are videos that are related to your search. This is super valuable for more than one reason. Number one, you can see the topics that are trending. Number two, you can see what Google thinks is valuable, answers people's questions, okay? Because Google is showing it on page 1. Number 3 is that you could come up under videos if you answer the question that people are searching for. So it doesn't mean it always has to be educational. It can be purely entertainment, and you can answer whatever people are searching for with your videos, and you will come up on that page. But we are totally talking about topics right now mostly. So we are going to try to stick to what are people searching for, the truth about Taco Bell, dry bar comedy. When you're single and don't have kids, it looks like dry bar comedy is showing up quite a lot on page 1. The next thing you can search for is top stories on Google on the same homepage. We haven't even left page number 1 of the search. And look at all the value that you can pull from Google about the kinds of topics that people are searching for. Look at this. Pulling punchlines, comedy, can it be offensive? Should you be reined in? This is a great topic for a comedian to talk about. You know, should I be reined in? I don't know. I mean, is that the kind of comedy that I want to have? And this is the kind of thing that you, as the creator, want to ask yourself, is this a topic that my viewers are going to relate to if I talk about it with my type of humor? And what I want you to do is I want you to think about, how does this relate directly to your channel and your niche? And how can you use all of this for your own topics? Because this is really specifically for you. The next thing is Google's own answers to your search. And what I mean by that is which websites come up, which blogs come up, which podcasts come up as the answer to your search. So if the search was comedy, look at what comes up. Dictionary.com, comedy definition. Comedy.com, the comedy website. NBC.com, shows page, all comedy. I mean, it's really kind of...
Somebody actually got comedy.com.
Well, yeah, a long time ago, I'm sure. I mean, probably in the 90s. Probably somebody got comedy.com.
I never realized that COM is the first 3 letters of comedy.
Oh, I didn't either.
You know, it could be com.com.
Comic-Con, that's what it's about. Comic-Con is comic books, but comedy. Anyway, we're getting off the topic.
It also could be funny ex-inmates.
Comic-Con.
I guess. I don't know. I'm sure.
Okay.
Somewhere there's something for everyone.
Right. So top 50 comedy movies and TV shows. See, this is valuable as topics. If, for example, this is valuable as topics if your viewers love movies. Right? So if you know your viewer is a movie watcher and you know they love comedy movies.
Right.
If you're doing topics related around these comedy movies, you know that your viewer is going to love that.
Right.
But let's say that you are in a niche where your viewer absolutely hates comedy movies and all they watch are dramas. If you start doing, I know, but what if you do that and you start talking about comedy movies, you are going to turn off your viewer.
Right.
This is another reason why.
Okay, so do you care about that?
Yes.
You do?
Absolutely.
Even if people, like serious people that aren't watching funny movies?
It's so important for you to understand, because if you want to make references to something, like for example, if what you're talking about is software, let's say you're talking about computer software, and you want to relate that software to a drama, to a movie drama that you saw, and how that software would have made that movie even cooler, even more interesting. Let's say you're talking about artificial intelligence software or something like that. So this is how you can start to relate your movies to your content. And people love that. People love that. So yes, it is super important to understand who your actual viewer is and create this avatar for them. Next, Google options. Have you even explored the bar under the search bar of what you can additionally search for? Look at this. So when you do your search, what comes up is all. That's the first thing that comes up. But what else comes up? Look at this, videos, maps, news. I mean, there is a lot of stuff that comes up, right? So it's not just one thing. If you select images, this is going to be a great place for you to start to see thumbnails for your topics. It's just a wonderful way for you to start to hone in a different way on answers for your topics. What about videos? Look at all the different videos that come up. And this is Google's answer, not YouTube's answer to what people are searching for. Then there's something called tools. I would have to bet 99.9% of you have never even noticed that there's something on the search bar called tools, right?
I never looked over to the right.
Okay, so most people don't.
Because I either use videos or or images or all.
Yeah.
That's all I've ever used.
So what happens is if you click on tools, you get a drop down, okay, that for either anytime, and anytime means you can get answers for topics within an hour. What are people searching for within the last hour, or within the last day, or within the past week or month or year, or whatever custom range you want. So that is one of the tools, is what time period are you trying to search for? The other one is, which results do you actually want? Do you want all results? Or do you want what Google calls verbatim? Simply the truth related to whatever it is that you typed in. And you will get different answers. So this is another really cool way for you to explore topics for yourself. Next would be blogs. Once again, how do you find this kind of stuff? Well, of course, start with a search. Start with a search about blogs. And if you search in Google, but any search engine, you can use any search engine for this. If I type in comedy blogs, then look at how specific. Are they sarcastic? Are they stand-up? Are they dark humor? Are they just funny blog writers? I mean, look at how different from what you would expect to come up under blogs. Look at all the options for you. And then look at this also, top 25 humor blogs, Get Laughing So Hard. So Get Laughing So Hard is a great title, part of a title. So these are the kinds of things, again.
I know this is an obvious question, but I know this is an obvious question, but is that like from the most popular to the least popular as far as the answers? I mean, it just makes.
Oh, that is such a great question, though.
I mean, the most people have looked for sarcastic comedy blogs. Is that the first one?
When you get your drop down. So let me just go back to that. So you're saying, for example, when you get the drop down, are sarcastic blogs the thing people search for the most?
Right.
Within the past. This is like the past 10 to 12 days.
Well, I said the most people, but I guess that's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, have done a search for, and yes.
Okay,
so they are in order of most to least.
I mean, yeah, it could be one guy that searched 1,000,000 times for sarcastic blogs. He's got nothing to do but just search for sarcastic.
Yeah, he has nothing to do. Okay, and then the same with articles, news articles. So if you type into Google news articles about, so comedy news, so whatever your niche is, plus the word news, or even plus news, put in the plus sign or the minus sign, or put in a blank and news, you are going to get different answers for every single one of those things. And these are going to give you so many ideas for topics. Here's another option for you, because Udemy is an enormous education site. Why would you care if you're in entertainment? Well, you would care because people love to learn about everything. So what kind of topics are people doing education-wise? How to start doing stand-up comedy. I mean, just a super simple thing. Why should this matter to you? Well, this should matter to you as a creator, because don't you want to make money? Yeah, of course you do, right? You want to make money. So what does that mean as far as topics? Well, it also means when you search on Udemy that you could create your own courses on comedy and make money.
Think about that either.
Right. And many people don't think about that. Most creators do not think about
if you've never gone to Udemy,
courses.
Udemy sets it up so that they explain exactly to you how to make a course on their site, step by step. They literally hold your hand as you do it, and they walk you through it because they want you to make money because they take most of it. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they only take most of it if people go to a sale. That's, and it's a sale that Udemy is running. But then they don't take most of it if you get people to go directly to the course.
Okay.
But
they're
that's
not loan sharks, right?
No. But anyway, Udemy is a fantastic place for you to start to look at topics for your viewers, plus a great place for you to start to understand how you can make money yourself as a creator.
Yeah, because how many users are there on Udemy?
Millions and
millions.
Udemy just went public, so they just had their IPO, and they're doing fantastically. Fantastically well. So here's another thing that comes up when you type into their search box, whatever your niche is. Students also learn. And this is another great way for you to explore additional topics around your niche, like if it's comedy, humor, improv, public speaking. I mean, that's a great place for comedy. A lot of public speakers don't know how to use comedy as a part of their speaking. And comedy is so important when you're speaking. So this is another way for you to start to understand your viewers. Why would they want a course on comedy for public speaking? Oh, do they? Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. This is how you start to really understand who your viewer is as well. Amazon. Go to Amazon, search book in your niche, Search book titles, look at the descriptions, start to see what the chapters are, the titles of the chapters. Because this, again, is a fantastic way for you to see, number one, what's selling. What are people reading?
Again, that's the most popular books.
What is the most popular? Right, in your niche. Your niche. And for you to be not only understanding what people are reading, what people are learning about, but what do the authors think is important? Okay, so they're trying to reach your audience, these people who are in your niche, writing books about whatever it is that your topic is about, your content.
In reference to you, no pun intended.
Yeah, in reference to you. That's a good one. So, all of this kind of stuff, yes. Hey, hello, Keith. Thank you so much for being here. Keith. We appreciate you.
Keith.
So look at book titles, look at the descriptions. Go to Facebook groups. Under Facebook groups, there will be a ton. You type in under groups, just type in the search bar, whatever niche you're looking for, and then look at all the groups that come up. In the groups, you can ask questions. You can comment on other people's posts. You can post yourself. You can learn so much. There are so many reasons why groups are fantastic. Create your own group around your channel topic and then ask questions of the people that join it, because now you've got truly a targeted audience. Reddit subreddit groups. Look at this. So you go to Reddit and you type into the main search box, whatever your niche is, and look at the communities and people that come up under subreddit. So the main Reddit would be comedy, and then there's going to be a ton of subreddits under comedy. And you are going to learn all the things that people are talking about and asking. It's same with Quora. Quora, you do the same exact thing, and you type into the search box whatever it is, and then look at related topics. So there are just a ton of ways for you to understand your audience, who they are, what they look for, what they talk about, the things they're interested in, what your competition is saying as far as topics, what they're writing about, what videos they're making, what their descriptions are like. Everything is out there. All you have to do is understand how to use it, make it your own. Okay, podcasts, another great way for you to learn so much more about what are people talking about, because in a podcast, people are talking about your niche, right? They're talking about whatever topics are within your niche, and you can learn so much by listening to them, looking at the transcripts, understanding what is it that the questions and answers from the interviewer and the person being interviewed. There's a lot to learn there. So then the other thing is, if you type podcasts and your specific niche into Google, look what also comes up. There are going to be articles like, these are the 29 best comedy podcasts around right now. Now you go to an article like that, so easy for you to find who are the top podcasts for me to go to. What are the titles that they have on their podcast? This is a fantastic way for you to get quick topics for yourself. polls and surveys. Now you are actually saying to people, well, what do you think about these 4 things? Which would you choose? Or what would you say? Or what would your answers be? Are you even interested in 1, 2, 3, 4? You know, which is your favorite one, or which is the top one? Which is your least one? What do you love? What do you hate? These are the things that will help you get specific, targeted, direct topics for you to use. Answers, real answers. So, are there questions about this? Because I've just covered a ton of ways for you to just go and find topics. Anyone who says, I don't know what my video topic should be, it's not true. It's so simple.
Well, yeah, and that's one of the first things you should do when you're working on your channel, is to make a list of the topics that you want to use.
Yes, because now when you have topics that you want to use, now you can start creating your videos based on those topics. And one topic, literally one topic, can give you 25 videos.
Exactly.
So you don't have to think that every single topic needs to be its own video.
Right.
It can be one topic that you then break out into multiple different hilarious,
you mean like,
interesting...
like one topic being movie parodies?
Yeah.
I mean, how many videos can you make from that?
Well, you know, I'm really glad you said that, because think about movie sequels. Think about the Rocky series, right?
You know what's funny about that? And I never thought about it that way. But if you make shorts, like video shorts for your channel, I didn't think about making sequels. I almost said sequentials. I didn't think about making sequels for the videos.
Yeah.
Like their movies.
Yeah.
So,
but people love that, because that is an excellent way, and this is one of the things that people have been talking about at the Vid Summit in the replays that I was watching, is make sequential videos.
Yeah.
In other words, don't end your video. This video continues with the next video where I talk about XYZ.
So even if the person comes to view, and the first person they see is your third sequel, they're going to want to know what the second and the first sequel are. So they're going to watch 3 videos.
And you don't even need to say this is number 3. You could just say the last video that I did called XYZ, I talked about blah, 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 or reference that video or whatever. So, and you can put them in your description.
Yeah, but I'm talking about making them sequels.
Yeah, and sequels are huge on YouTube. So that's a fantastic thing to say.
Name.
Right. Oh, so questions. Are there any questions? Do you have any questions?
Not right now.
Okay. Okay, let's keep going.
I'll get back to you on that.
Let's keep going then, because we are now going to talk about a posting schedule. And for YouTube, there are 2 types of videos that you make. Long form videos, which can be anything 36 seconds and up to hours. I mean, you can make however long you want, almost literally however long you want, as long as you've been approved by YouTube to do that. And these are also horizontal videos. They're not vertical videos. Long form videos are horizontal videos, 36 seconds up to, it could be 12 hours, whatever. What's your goal with your posting schedule? If it's channel growth, which is what we are talking about, revamping your YouTube channel for growth, then one of the first things you want to understand is the best time to post on YouTube. How do you figure that out? Well, if your channel has at least 1,000 subscribers now, and you have at least, let's say, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 views on your channel, your YouTube analytics are going to tell you when the best time is to post, because the analytics literally tell you this. When is the best time to post? But let's say your channel has stalled, or your channel is small, and you really don't have enough data for YouTube to understand how to tell you when people show up for you, because they really don't, okay? So they really don't yet. So YouTube doesn't know yet. That's the word, yet. So what do you do when YouTube doesn't have enough data to say, when should you post? Well, then you want to go and look on the internet for people who have done their own aggregated information, like How Sociable. So this is a website called How Sociable, and they did a post called Best Time to Post on YouTube in 2021, How to Net the Biggest Audience. And this is an aggregated time. Okay, so this may not relate to you exactly. People do aggregated times all the time. But they're saying basically the best times to post are Monday through Wednesday, 2 to 4, Thursday, Friday, 12 to 3, or Saturday, Sunday, 9 to 11, Eastern Standard Time in America. This may be completely different for you if you're in another country. This may be completely different for you depending upon what niche you're in, depending upon the type of content that you post. So, if you're talking to a new mom and you're trying to talk to her about the best times for her to try to get some sleep, I don't know if Monday through Wednesday, 2 to 4 is the best time for you to be talking to her, right? So you know who your audience is, or you should know who your audience is. So when should you post? Well, if you don't really care how quickly your channel grows, then the minimum you should post is once a week. And if you post once a week, what you should do is post consistently the same day and the same time. Why? Why would you want to post consistently the same day?
Because you would make it like a television show.
Exactly.
That people would look forward to coming and watching.
Exactly. So if you are only posting once a week, but you do a television type show, you may grow very quickly.
Right.
It may not take you a long time to grow. If your content is super interesting, super engaging.
And it's funny you said that, because now people recently have been telling me they're binge watching stuff on Netflix, because everybody binge watches stuff. Oh, I can watch 3, 4 episodes at a time.
Right.
But now a lot of shows are current weekly, and they're all annoyed.
Yes.
Because they have to wait until the next week to watch the next episode, but they're very much looking forward to it and talking to each other about it and what's going to happen next and da-da-da-da-da-da.
And that was me talking about the Great British Baking Show for the holidays.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
I couldn't stand that it was once a week.
And you're like, oh, what is it? Is it on tonight? No, that's on Thursday. I got to wait 2 more days.
It was driving me crazy.
Then that makes you talk about it the whole week. People are talking about it the whole week.
Right.
Waiting for it, and this big build-up, and then they have to watch.
So you can post once a week if you're consistently posting the same day and the same time, and maybe not have as slow channel growth as a typical creator does, but typically it's very slow.
Right.
And when I say very slow, for zazoome, for our channel, we typically post once a week. Our channel growth has been very slow. But if we were to post faster, for example, if we were to post 3 to 5 times a week.
Why is it still that same snail guy?
It shouldn't be.
I didn't think so.
Oh my God, I don't know why he's there.
Well, he might be going a lot faster. You just can't tell because it's not in like time lapse.
He's supposed to be a little rabbit. I don't know what happened. Okay, so picture a little rabbit. He's got faster growth.
He's a very fast snail. That snail had like a couple of Starbucks coffees.
He had an espresso.
Yeah, espresso latte, mocha, right.
If you want much faster channel growth, then you need to post a minimum of 3 videos a week. 5 is much better. That would be posting every other day. And people who see much accelerated channel growth post daily. And that's insane though, because you just burn out. Now, for YouTube Shorts, it's completely different. YouTube Shorts are vertical videos. They can be anywhere. I have recently learned, once again in the replays that I'm watching, I have recently learned that a short can be as short as 6 seconds, which is insane. I don't know how many of you know Vine, but Vine is no more. But Vine used to be 7 seconds. And you had to tell your complete little video story in 7 seconds, and people got fantastically good at that. Well, on YouTube for shorts, now there are people making shorts that are only 6 seconds long, super successfully getting millions and millions of views. So shorts are completely different. When should you post YouTube Shorts? Anytime. It doesn't matter the time of day, because depending upon your niche, let's say all your videos are in English, which ours are. So there are English-speaking people worldwide. right?
Right.
In Australia, it's not nighttime, it's morning.
Right.
Okay, so if I post at midnight here in America, it's not midnight in Australia, and they're English speaking. So you can post anytime when you're doing shorts, because it really doesn't matter what your posting schedule is. Next, how fast can you grow with shorts? Well, even if you only post one a week, you're not going to grow very fast. That's really not going to do very much for your channel. Literally pretty much the same as anything that you do for a video. Yes, perhaps a short could go viral. That's happened. Some people have gotten 1,000 views on a short, even if you have a little channel.
That's a good, there I am. So that's a good addition to your channel. Once your channel gets going, why is my head so high?
I don't know.
Low. Once the channel gets going,
Here.
Once the channel gets going, you can make that a part of your channel.
Yeah.
So it'll be a part that people will look forward to once a week to look towards.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because so many people, so many YouTube creators have recently said, should I have a separate channel for shorts? Or should I keep it with my long form content? Will it hurt my views? Will it hurt this? How will it affect things? And the answers I will tell you next week when I'm talking about shorts. Okay, let's go back to this.
Oh, look, it's something to look forward to.
Okay, so for faster growth, you want to post one short a day. There's that rabbit.
Yeah.
Okay, where did his little mouth go? I don't know. Okay, so one a day. If you want crazy growth with shorts, you can post. There was oh my gosh, this was amazing. There's a guy who is only doing shorts. That's all he's doing. His channel has exploded. In a year, he got 1 million subscribers in 1 year just from doing shorts, okay? But he knows someone, and he can't do this because of the type of shorts that he makes. He cannot create more than one a day because they take him 8 hours to make one short. And I am not going to talk about that today. I'm going to talk about that next week. But he knows a guy who is creating one short every hour. He is posting one short every single hour.
For how many hours?
24 hours a day. So what does that mean? How do you do that?
So you pre-make the shorts and
exactly.
You schedule
them. And this is so doable with shorts, right? This is so doable with any content that you make for YouTube. You can pre-batch a ton of videos and then pre-post and pre-schedule all of them, which is going to create what I call a sticky posting schedule. And the reason it's sticky is twofold. One, it's sticky for you as the creator because now you're able to do it. That's number one.
Okay.
So you will stick to it. But sticky for your viewer. Even more important, is it sticky for your viewer? Yes, if they start to understand when they can see content.
Right.
Okay. So shorts are different in the sense that you can post them anytime, but if you stick to a schedule, it really does make a big difference. It really, really does. So for crazy growth, you can post multiple shorts a day. YouTube does not notify your viewers every single time you post shorts because YouTube already knows from creators telling them, viewers hate that, okay? Subscribers hate that. They don't want to be notified 12 times a day that you're posting videos. So number one, YouTube is not going to contact them and let them know with an email every single time you post a short. And number two, you can turn off in YouTube Studio when you are posting that video to alert people, to alert your subscribers. You can literally turn that off. So you do not have to worry about that. Plus, you will be realistic about your filming, your editing, and your posting schedules. So this is what I think is the most critical thing about creating a sticky posting schedule, and that is being realistic. Can you actually do it? Will you actually do it? And when is the best day? When is the best time? You know yourself better than anybody. So are you going to be awake? Are you going to be alert? Are you going to have the most energy? When? Are you willing to sit for a certain amount of time and pre-write out what all the videos are going to be for the next month or the next 2 months? Are you willing to batch film 6 videos at one time and then pre-post and schedule them out?
Because everything is already all set up.
It's all set up.
It's all set up and it's ready to go. So why wouldn't you do more than one video?
Yes.
If you're all set up, your camera's set up, your lighting's set up, your clothes are set up, but you could change. You could have a little change of clothes. You have like 4 or 5 different changes of clothes.
Right.
Put on a different tie, put on a different jacket.
Right.
Yeah, and you can make 4 or 5 videos in one shot. Why wouldn't you? Everything's set up.
You can have your own little production crew of you, and maybe you've got people with you that are helping you. Fantastic.
Right.
But you pre-schedule the whole thing, but realistically, is this something that you can do? So let's say during the week you just can't. But can you take Saturday? Can you take part of Sunday? Or can you take all of Sunday and part of Saturday? Can you take maybe Wednesday nights? So you just need to figure out what is realistic for you. What can you actually do?
If you make a schedule where you pre-write everything and you have it all ready, and it's all, let's say it's all shorts. Let's say it's 10 shorts.
And
so
shorts can be 6 seconds.
5 minutes
right.
of filming.
Yeah.
If you do it without making any mistakes, like me, I don't ever make a mistake.
But people love behind the scenes.
Oh, I know.
People love blooper videos.
And that's the other thing.
Yeah. So,
that's the other thing.
And that can be a part of your content, and that can be a part of your
It could be a part
posting
of those
schedule.
5 videos.
Right. So let's say that all of your behind the scenes bloopers and mistakes and stuff, that once a week you're just going to post that.
Right.
Or maybe multiple times a week. I don't know if you have a lot of them. I don't know. But being realistic is the critical thing about this. Is will you really do it? Because so many times you want to set up a schedule for yourself that's not realistic.
It's easy to talk about it. It's easy to say you're going to do it. It's also even easy to write it down and even write out a schedule. But it's got nothing to do with what you're committing to.
And what you're capable of doing within a certain time period. So you may think, I can get 10 videos done in a day. And then when you go to do it, you get
outer
one.
Forces that might change things.
Yeah. And then you probably feel horrible. Because you think, I put it on my schedule and I think I should be able to do that. And then you're discouraged.
Well, that could make it, that could snowball into a bunch of negativity.
Then you give up.
Yeah.
And this is the opposite of what you want to happen. So if you start with a very realistic schedule, maybe make it super easy on yourself.
Right.
So that you start to commit to something.
Right.
And then you can always make it a little bit more, as you get comfortable, as it makes sense to you, as it's easier, as you know your time schedule.
You'll start making yourself feel better about being a YouTuber and a filmmaker.
A creator. So Keith said 8 shorts a day times 5 days is 160 shorts a month. That is a lot. And yes, that is a lot. And that is insane for most people. And do I recommend that? No, I don't. I don't recommend that. I think that is for probably...
Well, here's a question.
The 15 and 20-year-olds.
Okay.
Yeah. You
don't recommend it, and I understand you don't recommend it, but people should try it. You should just literally take a day, and what's going to happen? You take a day, and you try to do 8 shorts. You set it all up. You try to do 8 shorts in a row, and then you try to schedule them and see what happens.
I love that.
And if it, again with the bloopers, whatever, but you'll see how hard or how easy it is.
We've never done 8 shorts in one. You want to do that?
You know what?
I mean, we have done 5,
and
I think.
What?
No, I don't even think we hit the 5th. I think we had 5 scheduled, and then you got to like the 4th one, and you said, I'm done.
Right. You know why? Do you know why?
Why?
Because we made them too long.
And we were laughing too hard.
Well, yeah. Because we were doing the same kinds of shorts. Sheri was trying to film me, and she was laughing her butt off over there, and I couldn't do it. Because then I would laugh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of outtakes in that.
And the other thing is, it's so important, especially if you're doing characters or something where you're changing clothes or you're changing your location or anything like that. Is it realistic to do that in one sitting? Not really. That's hard.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Right?
You don't want to make
that's
it so hard that you don't want to do it the next time. You want to make it so that it gets to be a routine.
Keith said you want Sal to make 312 videos in a year. I want Sal to do whatever is.
I want
him to do what's comfortable. You want to make 312 videos.
I want to do what's most comfortable too, but I have to, also, and a lot of other people will, relate to this. I have to get out of my comfort zone. I got to get way out of my comfort zone because my comfort zone is huge. My comfort zone is like Asia. It's so big. I'm so comfortable. I'm way too comfortable.
So what happens is when you get out of your comfort zone, this is what I've found. You get out of your comfort zone and you try something new, and at first it can be difficult. At first it can be challenging. At first it can make you anxious. It could be stressful. It's also exciting.
You know, and it's funny because I started out not making any videos, right? I mean, everybody. But just doing your first video, just saying to yourself, okay, I'm going to make a channel and I'm going to make videos. That's jumping out of your comfort zone. I mean, it's like
at first,
because you're getting in front of a camera. The whole thing started with getting in front of a camera.
Getting in front of a camera.
I didn't mind being in front of people, but being in front of a camera is a whole different story.
Yes, and also then remembering, which is so hard for almost everybody, that it's not about you.
Right.
That is the key to getting in front of the camera, right. Is remembering it's all about your viewer. Side. Yes, it's all about your viewers. So relax. Relax. Right? You got to relax, you got to have fun, you got to get into it, you've got to talk to your viewers, you've got to make it fun for them. It's a two-way thing, and it's not all about you. It's all about your viewer having a good time and learning and being entertained and everything else. Right. That you want to happen with your viewer.
You'll actually have fun doing it. Just literally thinking about the viewer and making them have fun or enjoying your content or understanding your content because it's technical. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So number one is saying that you're going to start a YouTube channel. Number two is actually putting the channel up. Number three is making your first videos. Getting out of your own way, making your first videos, knowing that it really doesn't matter how good or bad they are at all. It really doesn't matter. You just got to start doing it. Then when you've made your first 20 videos, your first 30 videos, it starts to get a lot easier.
Right.
Okay? It's still not, you know, like real life where you're just living.
You start to understand how other people do it.
Yeah.
And then it's you doing it.
Yeah.
And then,
Right.
Yeah.
And if you want channel growth, if you want to revamp your channel for real channel growth in the coming year or any time, the first thing that you can do is cut to the chase. You have to make videos, you have to have a posting schedule, you have to be committed, and you have to be consistent. Because if you're not, you don't have a real channel, period. You're not going to grow. It's impossible. It's impossible.
I know.
You're not going to grow. So even doing one consistent video a week, like we do with zazoome, is not nearly enough.
Yeah.
And I have watched the same people subscribe and unsubscribe, subscribe and unsubscribe, ad nauseum for like a month. I see people subscribe and unsubscribe. So what do I want? I want growth in my channel, of course, right? Why do I not get growth in my channel? I have not super niched. So what am I going to do for 2022? I'm going to super niche, and that is going to make a lot of my subscribers, and there's not a lot of subscribers yet, probably not want to watch. Does it matter? Yeah, I love my subscribers. They're here for me. But should I niche down if I want to grow? Yes. Yes. So it is the same with green screen comedy. If you want to grow, you have to not just do broadly everything that comes to your mind, right?
Just random videos.
You have to super niche.
Right. Which is what we talked about last week.
Right. You can always grow out.
Exactly.
You can always get bigger. You can always add in more content. You can always add in more topics.
That's why I was talking about Netflix. Netflix was just making, showing random movies, random TV shows, and they were throwing all the episodes of people, and all of a sudden, now they have weekly content, and people are waiting to watch it. Mm-hmm. So you can do the same thing.
Right. So let's just say that if you want people to watch your videos, number one, you have to do your goals. You have to have your strategies. You have to know who your audience is. And then once you've got all that figured out, you have to niche down to one specific thing that you are going to focus on if you want to grow your YouTube channel fast, which is all that we're talking about, growth, right? You want views and subscribers. You want watch time. You want to hit that YouTube partner program. You want to be able to get people to watch all of the videos that come out. You want all of this stuff to happen. So you need to have one specific thing that you focus on. And then the topics. Those topics should be directly directed to your ideal audience, okay? You want to speak to one person about one topic, about one niche that you are in, and then those topics need to explore that in depth until you've attracted, let's say, 10,000 subscribers, and now you can start to expand, okay? But not a little bit. Then you hit 100,000. Now you can expand more. So as you grow your channel, yes, you can expand, but you want to start with a super niche in one thing with one avatar, and those topics need to be directed right to them. Your posting schedule needs to be super specific, consistent, that you can do, okay? Sticky for your audience, sticky for you, that you will actually do and commit to it. And this is what is so incredibly important, realistic. So what is your goal? X amount of subscribers. This is your homework. What is your goal for your topics, for your posting schedule? If you want to get X amount of subscribers and X amount of views and hit that YouTube partner program, which is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, literally hours of time, not views. That your view count is on your about page. This is 4,000 hours. Okay, so what is your goal? Do you want to build your email list? Do you want to make more sales? Do you want to hit the YouTube partner program? Do you want to have X amount of subscribers? Do you want to have a certain amount of views? Whatever your goal is for this, and maybe it's all of them, break it down, make it real. Okay, make it real. What is the posting schedule you can literally stick to? Are you going to make long form content or shorts or both? And if you are, when are you going to make each one of them? And how are you going to make them? And are you going to stick to it? And then who are you speaking to? What topics would they love that are directed specifically to them? So Lloyd said, if you are broad and you want a super niche, then why not have more than one channel? Fabulous question. And the answer to that is, when you are, Keith asked the same question, and I think it is such a fantastic question. When you are starting out on YouTube, it is hard, okay? It is hard to be committed to a specific time, to a specific day, to a specific posting schedule, to a certain niche and viewer, okay? It's hard. So why would you want to make it harder for yourself? If you have a team of people, sure, you can have multiple channels if you have a team of people. Yes, go for it. And then you'll have multiple things that you can talk about, and you don't have to worry about doing them all on one channel, and yay, life is great, right? So let's say that you want to just post one video a week and you want to have 2 different channels that you want to do that to. You make up your 2 different posting schedules. You have your 2 different filming, editing, and posting schedules as well. And if you have a team of people that can help you, like maybe you have an editor, maybe you have a graphic designer that does your thumbnails, maybe you have a script writer who can script your videos out for you. If you got all that, sure, why not? If you don't, how many hours do you have in a day? How much quality content can you put out? Because YouTube is harder now. It's harder than it used to be to get views, okay? If you started in 2005 or 6 or 7 or 8, all the way up to like 2014 or 15, you could get views pretty easily. Now, it's harder. So if you don't have super quality content, if you don't have great, pretty great production value, good microphones, decent sound is very important. If your lighting is pretty good, your camera needs to, you can use your cell phone, doesn't matter. But people need to be able to see you and hear you and understand what's going on. People like also to see subtitles, and they like to see B-roll, and it's fun to have music. So it's not just one thing, okay? It's multiple things. All of that takes time. all of that also can potentially take money. So yeah, you can have as many channels as you want, but how many people are you if it's just you? How much can you realistically do? And so that is my answer to you. I'm never going to say, no, don't try something. I'm just going to say, be realistic. You want viewers, you want subscribers, and you want not to burn out. Okay. You want things to happen. So what do you think about that, Lloyd? Good points. Okay. Thank you. So are there any questions about any of this? Because this is super hard for most people to do, is to niche down very specifically and then narrow down who your audience is and then find the exact topics and the right posting schedule for yourself and for them. It's hard.
It's a commitment to schedule.
It's a commitment to everything.
Right.
It really is. It's you saying, okay, I'm going to do this. And not being a big baby about it. Not saying, oh, it's too hard. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I don't have the time. Oh, this, oh, that. You have to try it. You have to do do it.
You know, that's like a pretty good Robert De Niro impression.
Okay, so be the person that you think you are. You are that person, okay? Be that person. Just do it, commit to it, go for it. Make 2022 the year that you are going to see this amazing channel growth, this amazing YouTube success. You're going to be, let's say you want to be one of the speakers on Vid Summit. I mean, half the people there, literally, half the people that were speakers, I've never heard of. And that's because it's the last year, 2020, where all their channel growth happened. And it's because so many people were home because of the pandemic watching videos on YouTube. Yep. Okay, so it was a perfect time to grow. Not everybody jumped on the bandwagon and grew, but it was a perfect time to grow. It doesn't mean that this coming year isn't also. It is. Commit, commit, commit. So any other questions about that, I would be happy to see them and take them and answer them. As always, any questions? Okay. Leave them in comments below if it is too late. Now, what am I going to talk about next? Shorts! I love shorts. Okay, I'm going to be talking about shorts in the next video.